What do you have, ladies and gentlemen, Lycos here, and today I want to talk about some of the best ways that you can get your gear score up to 500 once you reach tier 5. Now, I'm not claiming that any of these are the fastest way to get up there, but these are the ones that I've found that are very fast, and they're some of the most enjoyable ways to get your gear score up to 500. Now, the first thing that you want to do, the first thing that I did as soon as I got to tier 5 was I went around to all the different vendors and bought up all the highest level stuff that they have. So there's a vendor at the campus, there's a couple of vendors at the White House, the just regular vendor, and then your clan vendor as well. Then there's another one at the theater, and then there's one at each one of the entrances to the Dark Zones. There's also a bonus vendor that you guys probably know about, Casey Mendoza. She's a bit of a pain to find, but she has some really good stuff that you can get. She has a 490 rifle that you can get, which is excellent, and she has a 487 handgun that you can get. The handgun, especially for me, was a super good find because I always find it difficult to get a high gear score in the handgun. To get my gear score up, usually the handgun is like the last thing that I'm able to find for some reason. I don't know if other people have this issue, but the handgun is usually always a pain to find a decent gear score in. Once you're done with that, one other little bonus tip that I have is if you saved your components for one of the exotics, for me it was the Chatterbox. I saved those components. I didn't make it until I got to tier 5, and then boom, I instantly had a 490 exotic, which helped me out quite a bit. That combined with the fact that I went to Casey and got the 490 rifle, and then I got the 487 handgun as well. That was a huge boost for me. I fairly quickly gotten mine up to 487 so far. I still have a ways to go, but it's going pretty smooth and pretty quickly. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, a few more tips for you. When you log in first, I would advise you to go around to all of the control points that you already own and get all the gear there. That's a bunch of gear. Like, you get all the stuff from the vendors and then just immediately start going to all the different control points that you already have unlocked. Like, there will be a bunch as soon as you log in that you already have, and then for me it's usually 3 or 4 or 5 that I already have, and then that's just a quick, I don't know, sometimes 8 to 12 pieces that I can get just right off the hop, which is really great. And then from there, really, you can do a multitude of things. You can go around and do the control points if you want. Like, that's a pretty good way. Get them up to, say, alert level 3 and go around and do all the control points. That's pretty decent. But the thing that I found the best was to go around to the Dark Zone. I went in there. You just get a ton of loot from in the Dark Zones. I know there are people saying that the occupied Dark Zone, this one right here, they're recommending that you head over to that one. For me personally, I wouldn't recommend that because I know that there's a lot of people that try to avoid that extreme competitive type of gameplay. There's a lot of people out there that don't really like that. If you do, it's great. It's a great way. Like, if you have a good 4-man team that you can head in there with, it's a great way to get gear. But if not, and you want to avoid that, the other regular Dark Zones, definitely don't be afraid to go into the Dark Zones. They're an excellent way to get a ton of gear. So that is definitely one that I would recommend. Just as a bonus note here at the end, I'm actually avoiding doing the invaded missions just yet. I do have them unlocked, but I haven't done any of them because I want to wait until, this might be a silly thing, I don't know, but I just want to wait until I actually get up towards 500 before I go and try and get the gear sets. I don't really want to get a whole bunch of the gear sets unlocked at like 470 or 480 or whatever, and then just have them useless once I get up to 500. But that might just be me. I don't know. But that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the tips. Make sure right away, as soon as possible, if you haven't already done it, go around to all those vendors. They have some really high, really great stuff, especially Casey Mendoza. Find her, and she'll give you a real good boost. And if you can get that exotic, If you have it available to you, or you already have the pieces and you've saved it like I did, that is another excellent way of getting a nice boost for yourself. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, everyone. Like I said, I've been using these methods, and I've got it up pretty quickly. So I hope it helps you as well. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips of your own, or if any of this helped you out. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.